video segment is dedicated to Miss Sienna G, who absolutely loves Miss Dyer's cool math board in a very fancy studio. Well, I don't have a fancy studio. I have a make-do studio, but we created our own board. And I'm going to try and use it today for you. We have 5 simple stems to learn as we study the etymology of words. So let me give them to you. Here's the first one. We have then, which means, in using little words, come. The first word I think of is like convene or convenience. Like we convene, we come together to meet one another or for a meeting. We convene. Our next one is one you've probably used many times, miger. And miger means to move. And the first word that came to my mind in thinking of migration, when the birds move, when the weather changes. I had hummingbirds the beginning of the season, and then suddenly when it got hot, they all disappeared from here. Graph means write, so you know where you've used it before. The first word that came to my mind is calligraphy. Graph is in the middle of that big word, calligraphy. Different types of writing. We now call calligraphy fonts, but graph, telegraph, writing on the wires. All right, so that's really cool. I love that one. Graphics, calligraphy. Our next one is miss. Not as in I miss you, which I do, but miss as in send. As in missile. This one is the one that I could brainstorm the fewest on, so I'd love to hear from you in our Google Classroom stream other words that you've thought of with miss, or other words you might have looked up or found in some of the books you're reading. And then our last one to share with you this week is odd. Not odd as in my little sister is so odd. My sister would say that. But odd, A-U-D, meaning to hear. I think of auditorium, going to a musical or a play and sitting in an auditorium listening. I think of audible, meaning sounds that you can hear. I think of auditory nerve, the nerves in your ears. There are all kinds of words. Audible in football, if the quarterback gives an audible so that everyone can hear it. So as you read this week, see where you hear these different stems being used as you're reading. In my classroom, I always sent them on a word treasure hunt, and know that we just had fun finding them, keeping track of them, and having fun with words. Challenge your parents between what you're reading and what they're reading. Who can find the most stems this week while you're reading? Maybe not all week, but maybe just in 10 minutes. Or maybe where you hear these stems being used if you're listening to a movie or a book on tape. Just be aware of these 5 stems. Then, meaning come. Miger, meaning move. Graph, to write. Miss, to send. And odd, to hear. So, I know I wasn't at Miss Dyer's huge, cool board, but this could always be a start. Have a great week. Talk to you later. Bye.